Previously on the Crenshaw Corner.
You see what I'm saying?
Talking about when you fell.
I didn't fall.
Oh, okay. Well, you lost your balance. I'm talking about that time.
I'm just saying.
Well, I thought we was going to have to call 911 for a paramedic.
No, I was trying to be sensuous. I was at the door, trying to be cute, whatever. He just was like, "What is you? You all right? Is everything okay?" So I have to work on that. I have to work on. I have to work on. Okay, so here's the thing.
What up?
So when you were raised, not saying that your family would talk about that, but
I never did. But go ahead.
But far as lingerie and night clothes or whatever the case is, what was the move?
No, I never saw my grandma in lingerie.
No, I'm not talking about that. Was it for you just saw night shirts, like you just that was it?
What kind of house do you think I was raised in?
You know what? I'm asking you.
What kind of home of ill repute do you think I was raised in?
No,
No, they didn't walk around with the lingeries and their booty cheeks hanging out.
Baby,
No, they didn't.
That's not what I'm asking.
My grandmother was a first lady.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Well, hello there, family.
Hi, guys.
I didn't see you there.
What's up?
And welcome back to another edition of the Crenshaw Corner. I am your host, Sanchez Crenshaw, and as always, I am joined by the absolute best part of my day.
That would be me.
The apple of my eye.
Because I'm the apple.
The wind beneath my wings. The rib that completes me. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a long wind?
Yeah.
Well, you are long-winded sometimes.
It's
so go ahead.
It's a windy day.
Okay. Are you done now? Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead.
The rib that completes me.
You're completed.
The Suzanne to my Julia.
Roseanne Scammadama. Okay, I'm going to be serious. Okay, your Suzanne to your Huda.
The Suzanne to my Julia.
Julie and Suzanne, were they roommates?
No. Well, technically they were because they were siblings. Julia was the older sister. Suzanne was the younger sister. The Sugar Baker girls.
House on the Prairie.
No, it's not Little House on the Prairie. I ain't say nothing about Ingle.
Ingalls, that's Ingalls.
I didn't say the Ingalls.
Okay.
I said the Sugar Bakers.
Who?
Julia ran a design firm. Actually, it was an interior decorating
Okay, so
firm.
design girls?
Designing women.
Designing women.
Yeah, the Sugar Baker girls.
Mm-hmm. Never watched it.
Because Suzanne was a hot mess.
Never watched it.
Suzanne, because Julia was the straight-laced, logical one, and Suzanne was always in her feelings and her emotions, and everything she did was gauged by how she feel at that moment.
I can see that because that's I'm the logical one.
No, not at all.
I can see where you're going with that.
You gonna tell people your name?
I was still going with your storyline and your trivia, and I was I was letting the family know that this is the truth.
Actually, no, you were right there engaging in the incorrect narrative.
No, I was not. What's going on, family? What is going on? I am Angela Crenshaw, guys. What is
that is my wife, family.
Going on?
Family, that is my wife.
Is married to you. I is married to you.
That's typically what wife
is
means.
Married to you.
Wow. Okay, so it's gonna be one of those episodes.
Hey.
Okay, fine. So, family, welcome. We welcome you.
A day late, $1 short.
Hey, it's here though. It's here. It's in the same week. That's all that matters.
No.
Hey.
Consistency.
It's within a 24-hour period.
Okay.
It counts.
Go
somewhere
ahead.
it counts.
It's somewhere it counts.
Because somewhere it's still yesterday. Somewhere in the world, I
Okay.
believe that I'm gonna walk in that reality.
Is that what we're doing?
That's what I'm gonna do. So,
Okay,
family,
cool.
welcome.
Hi guys. Hi again.
We thank you for listening. However you're listening, whether it's through Podbean, whether it's through iTunes, whether it's through Spotify, whether it's through Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com.
Yes.
We thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
What happened?
I say yes.
Oh, okay. I felt like you was going to say something else behind that, so I wanted to give you the opportunity.
Thank y'all. And for our new guests and followers.
For our new guests and followers.
Well, go ahead.
For our first time listeners, we welcome you.
What did I say?
I don't guest and followers. I don't know where.
I don't know what.
I don't know where you were
I don't
going
know where
with
I
it.
was going with that either. Okay, go
but
someplace else.
For our first time listeners,
help me. Yes,
we are so welcome to have you. However you found us,
thank
whether
you.
it was through word of mouth, whether you saw
Yes.
something on the socials, whether you just
Yes.
happened to be searching for a podcast and
And
said,
there
"Hey,
we were.
this looks interesting. Let me see what they're talking about.
Yeah.
We thank you for joining us. And as always, to our returning family members.
What's up, returners?
You know how we feel about you. We just thank you so much for being along on this journey.
We do.
Thank you. And as always, we consider ourselves an interactive podcast, which means we can be found on the socials. Yep. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, all under the Crenshaw Corner. And of course, you can email us at any time at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. All right, babe. So
hi.
We got the microphone.
Yes, we do have the microphone.
We talking to some people.
Check 1 2 1 2.
So what are we talking about today?
Why you don't never know?
Because I don't want to know. I always want to be surprised.
Honestly, you should ask me. At least ask me right before we could start. Like, babe, what we talking about?
Okay, I'm gonna ask you now, babe. What we talking about?
Not on the microphone, baby.
Why not? Full transparency.
Anyway.
Do you not know what we're talking about?
Yeah, of course.
Are you ill prepared? Is that what's going on?
Always prepared.
So you're stalling because you're ill prepared.
No, I'm always prepared.
You one of those people.
I'm always ready, so I don't have to get ready. That's what my brother Jay used to tell me all the time.
Stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready.
Stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready.
You a toxic feminist.
Ew.
Y'all here gaslighting me.
Ew. But anyway.
I don't know why you said. Those are the buzzwords of the 2023. I don't know why I said that.
Did you use it in the correct way?
Actually, I did.
Really?
Well, gaslighting me? Yeah, because you're trying to convince me of something that's not true. I
need you to stop talking to the young people. I need you to stop talking to the young people. First of all, off topic, I got to tell the family what I did.
What you do?
What I visited.
Where you visit?
Down the street the other day.
Oh, we telling that story? We telling
that story, right?
Okay.
I'm telling the story.
Go ahead.
You didn't come with me.
I did not. You didn't invite me.
I did not invite you. So, guys, I went to a dispensary, I guess that's what they call it. Dispensary, right? Because I was like, okay, I don't take a lot of Tylenol and Advils and the leads, all that stuff. Is really hard on your organs, right? And I was like, but you know what? Maybe some CBD, because my doctor said, get you a CBD salve or something like that if that's really affecting you,
right.
To do that. So I was like, okay, doctor, I see you. So I went to the Charlotte supplement store first to get the salve.
The CBD salve.
The CBD salve, right? So that was cool. But then one of our children said, hey, there's a dispensary down the street. You might want to check it out. They got CBD all the way up. So I'm like, well, I'm not going all the way up. But he was like, just go check it out. So I did. Guys, listen, I walked in this place. Super clean, super nice people, on point. I'm not gonna. It's on Pineview Matthews Road.
Did you expect it to be Charlotte? Did you expect it to be a trap house?
No, I didn't expect it to be a trap house.
You said, "Well, I walked in. It was clean. It was neat." Did you think it was going to be a trap house?
No, what did you think? It was going to be a trap house, but I'm just saying. I'm just giving the whole view. You go through one door to go through another door, and you can sign up for their newsletter and all that good stuff. And so the guy gave me a lesson on CBD all the way up to THCA. THCA, which is the strongest, THC. So there you go.
Yeah, THC.
And why also gave me the reason why they can sell it, how they came to sell it in North Carolina, so that it's legal. He just broke it down. Y'all, it was the best lesson ever. When I tell you, the closer you got to the cash register, the closer you was gonna be feeling really, really good.
To elevate, being elevated.
You was gonna be really, really elevated by the time you got to the cash register, right? Because each section has CBD has its own
section. Good moves and good vibes.
Exactly. Then the next one's like micro, and then it's this other one he calls it, and then the next section is Delta 8 and Delta 9, and then as you go around and you loop, then there's another one a much hardcore one, and then there's THAC. So it was such an experience. So but he said, for you, which made me laugh, I'm going to take you all the way back to the front of the store because you look like, CBDs. I said, that's my section. That is my section. So I wind up getting tropical sour gummies or whatever. CBD
gummies or something. Rather.
So hopefully this will help me with the pain so I can stop taking the Tylenol and stuff like that affects your livers and your organs and stuff like that. But it was a great experience. It was, I think it's called Green Life.
I don't know. They're not a sponsor. I don't know why I don't know.
Because everybody don't have to sponsor us, baby. I just want people to know. Check it out.
Okay.
I think it's Green Life. It's next to Planet Fitness. It's on Pineview Matthews Road here in Charlotte.
Everybody that listen to us not in Charlotte, baby.
Yeah, this is true. That's what I'm saying.
We global.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, but we global though.
But Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, I'm just saying
yes.
we global.
And so if you guys ever I just think they're doing great things there. So I just wanted you guys to know my experience, and I had such a great time. And so Sanchez was mad at me because he said I didn't take him. I went without him, and I should have went with him. He wanted a lesson, but maybe next time. That'll be want to be a road trip.
So for the family who's confused on why we're having this conversation right now, because I'm pretty sure there's some family members out there like, what are they talking about? How did we get here? Why?
Because I was just thinking about
why are we doing a commercial for CBD? I'm pretty sure that's what they're thinking right now.
My leg was aching a little bit, and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Why are we here? Let's tell the family about my experience there, because I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah.
But also, it's just, and to kind of tell the family, don't take one opinion. It's okay. If you're having medical issues, yes. The medical world is amazing in what they do and how they operate. And I would never tell anyone not to seek conventional medicine. I'm not here to say seek conventional medicine or seek alternative medicine. That is not the purpose of this conversation. The purpose of this conversation is to have information, is to be educated in everything. Yeah. So just don't think that you only have one way or there is one way to do it. Yeah. Especially when we're dealing with some of these stronger medications, especially because
it really affects you.
Yeah. If you ever take time to just do the research on the medication, even something as simple as Tylenol, prolonged use can damage your body. Or, as you see those commercials at 1 o'clock in the morning, well, you're taking something because you stumped your right toe, but then they tell you your lungs may fall out from taking this medication.
But they say it so fast. And
yeah, they say it so fast. Your lungs
may fall out if you take this. And then
side effects, don't drink, don't breathe, don't walk, don't lay down, don't stand up, don't move, don't stop moving. And there's so many different side effects.
The number one side effect that they all at nighttime say for all the medications?
What's up?
Be very mindful of the sun. I'm like, what? You ever notice that?
Yeah.
They're like, be careful of the sun.
Don't
go out when it's sunny. Stay in your house, people. If you take this medication, stay in your house. I just thought it was super cool that a doctor would be like, hey, maybe you want to look into CBD. Yeah. Right. I thought that was super cool.
Because everything doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
And sometimes the conventional way of doing things, it's not always the proper way. Yeah. So sometimes you just have to look. So that's why my wife is having this particular conversation.
Well, that's a good segue into what I want to talk about.
Okay,
in
cool.
reference to looking at doing things differently.
I'm segueing.
Oh, you segueing.
Look at me. I'm a professional out here.
You are so
You would think I'm a pro.
You are a pro. And about not always trying to do everything conventional and doing things differently. I was on the TikTok because that's where I be sometimes. The TikTok. And Brene Brown. Oh, is it Brennan or Brene?
I don't know. I know that I've seen the lady. I don't know her name.
So you're not familiar with her?
I'm not.
Let's say Brennan Brown or Brene Brown. And Miss Brown, please forgive me. But anyway, she was on TikTok and she caught my attention because this is the words that she said that caught my attention. Because first it said marriage. So, once I saw that, I'm like, ooh, let's talk about it, sis. And she said that the biggest crock in marriage and that people say is that marriage is 50-50. Marriage is not 50-50 at all. And I bust out laughing and she began to explain. Now, not too long ago, Oprah and Michelle, the real first lady, Michelle Obama.
Don't do that. Don't be disrespectful.
Well, anyway, like I said, they were discussing that, and she was saying that there was a lot of times that her and Barack were not 50-50 at all, and not even 100-100. And so Ms. Brown started discussing that and saying that, there are times when because we always said to ourselves, I want 100% of Sanchez and he wants 100% of me. Right. We don't want 50-50 anything.
I don't want half of you.
I don't want the total 100%. Right. And so when I started listening to her, it gave me a different perspective because she said now, and the reason why I wanted us to talk about this because me and Sanchez did the experiment. So she said that there's going to come times in her marriage where she had to go to her husband and he had to come to her and go, look, today I only got 30% to give, so you're going to have to back me up. I don't have nothing but 30%, letting him know that she is out of energy or she is out of sorts, and that as far as the family and the household is concerned, he's going to have to back her up because she doesn't have that type of energy. So that way, if he comes to her with something and she might be a little bit quick to answer or snip it or whatever, he understands that that's where she is and she just does not have it. And that was a super aha moment for me. So I went to Sanchez and we discussed it. And I was like, hey, babe, this is what she said. This is what Michelle Obama said. And I said, let's try. Let's, I think how many days did we do it for though?
We did it. I think we did a 2-day experiment.
2 days? Was it 2 days?
Yeah, we did a 2-day
experiment. So for 2 days, like intentionally doing it, because we do it now. He'll ask me now because now we did it, but intentionally say, where are you? And the question for you, I'm going to ask you, did it make a difference for you? First, let's backtrack. When I came to you with the idea and what she said, what was your thoughts though?
Well, I've never been a proponent of...
come on, big word, proponent.
I've never been a proponent of 50-50 in a marriage. Mm-hmm. We take that concept. People look at that concept entirely wrong. Mm-hmm. And I'm a simple person. I like to simplify things. So, because basically the concept of that is 50% of you, 50% of me, comes together to make 100%. It doesn't work that way.
That's a mess.
Because it's two different glasses. Mm-hmm. So if you go into your cupboard right now and you break two different glasses that's been designed two totally different ways and you break them in half. Now you take half of glass A and half of glass B and you try to make that one glass.
It ain't gonna fit.
It's not gonna work because the pieces are not made to fit together that way.
And the shape itself was different.
It's different. So now you got a glass with leaks and cracks that can't sustain anything. So I've never been a real believer in that whole, 50-50 to make a marriage. I never believed in that. And when you first approached me with what she said, it was like, yeah, that makes total sense to me, because at no point in time, at any point, do you have 100% to give to anybody?
Right.
You don't. Now
you would love to.
You would love to. But,
But
now, even though and I think also where we misunderstand is that we get confused with a situation and people. Now, a situation may require 100% effort
or attention. I don't think you still can give it though, but yeah, you try. But go ahead.
But here's the thing about that: when it's a situation, or the attention or the results don't have to come from one person.
Right.
It just has to be 100% effort.
Right.
So whether that is 30% from one place, 70% from another place, or 20, 10, 6, whatever, it just, that situation has to get 100% effort or attention. Now, as people, we don't walk into any situation, whether it's relationship, whether it's our job, whether it's anything, we don't walk into any situation with a total, actual 100% to give. We don't, because
you don't know what part of you do you need to give. Right.
And not even so much as that. Okay. If it's your job, if you have a family, you never go into your job 100% thinking about your job. You're thinking about your kids. You're thinking about what are they doing to make sure they're okay. Are they paying attention in school? What, so on and so forth. How's your spouse doing that day? When you left them, they didn't seem to be okay. They were having a bad morning. I wonder, did their day turn around? Okay, when I get off work, I got this I need to go to the supermarket. I need to go to the laundromat. I need to go check on my mother. I need to walk the dog. So at no point in time. And so what happens is that we go into relationships. So I go into a relationship with my wife and I'm like, but you're supposed to be giving me 100%. You're supposed to be giving me all of you. And now we have this argument. Well, now I feel neglected or I feel some kind of way because you're not giving me 100%.
And I feel like you're draining the life out of me because you want this 100% that I really don't have to give at the time that you're asking for it.
And instead of just sitting down and saying, okay, babe, all right, so at this moment right now, what do you have?
Yeah.
What can you offer me right now? So now we need to sit down at a negotiation table. So now, okay, so you're saying, so on this day, so out of your 100%, you're only able to give me a good 45. Okay, but we still got 100% marriage. So that the rest of that percentage has to be made up somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I know that maybe I need to step up my percentage to meet that 100% so we can do what we need to do for our marriage. So when I first heard her say it, I was like, okay, she's on to something.
Yeah, she was on to something. One of the things I love, the second day, Sanchez and I We did it, and I think we were driving to get the grandkids or something. And he was like, "Yeah, it was."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Baby, where are you?" And I was like, "I got 35%." I said, "Where you?" He said, "I got 50." I said, "Well, there we are."
There we are for the day.
There we are for the day. So we don't have to get mad at each other when we're not putting in what we think should be full effort. And it's not about full effort conversation or loving each other. It's about full effort in reference to the house, or full efforts into a conversation, basically. That's
Right.
true, you know, a full effort into whatever that we may need to, that we thought we were going to do that day, or the list of grocery shopping or whatever, that we don't get angry with each other when we say we just don't have it. And so that way I'm not like, "Baby, why you not talking to me? Why are you very short?" Well, now you know, because we ask each other where we are, and at 30%, you're not only short, you snippy, because you have no energy to give anything to anything. And at that point, it was like, since he had more, he was like, "All right, you rest and I'll do this." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also,
it's okay.
I love that, because what happens a lot of the time, especially in a marriage, and I've said this over the years, and when I say it to certain people, they look at me like I'm crazy. It allows you to not take it personal, because a lot of the times what happens in the marriage is that we take way too many things personal.
I know in the beginning of the marriage I did. I'm gonna be honest.
That are not personal. So if I come home because I've been at work all day and I've been pulled in 18 different directions, and traffic was a monster, and I forgot that I needed to get something done after work, so I had to make another stop. So when I get home and I walk in the door, I may not have enough in the tank for an immediate conversation with you right then. And it's not that I didn't miss you. It's not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't want to talk to you. It's not that I don't want to hear about your day.
Right.
I just, at that moment, I may not have the capacity to take anything else at that moment.
Yeah, I like what you said, enough in my tank. Yeah, absolutely.
And so, and what happens is that sometimes, and we've been guilty of it, and it's gone both ways, where you're so excited to see a person, or you just love them, and then, so you want all of them the moment you see them.
You got so much to say.
I got so much to say, and
I've been holding it all day.
And because if we have the honest conversation, in that moment, it's more about me than it is you. Because at that moment, it's more about what I need, necessarily what I want, and not necessarily what's best for you at that moment.
Right, exactly.
And so I want to basically, for lack of a better term, I want to verbally regurgitate everything on you right there.
Throw up on you.
Yeah. Yes. And then when you hear, well, not now your whole little world is crushed.
Yeah, it's hurtful. It's hurtful.
Because you think it's personal. You think, well, you don't want to deal with me right now. You don't want to talk to me. Well, no, it's just in my tank right now. I don't have. I've already depleted my auxiliary tank. I've already depleted it. I don't have anything left in the tank. Yeah. And so, but if we go in having that conversation, like, okay, babe, instead of the first thing saying, babe, let me tell you about my day, the first question is, where are you right now?
Where are you right now?
What for this moment right now, what do you have to give? What percentage do you have? And then I think when you have that conversation, understand, okay, babe, right now, I legitimately only have about 15%.
Right. And it doesn't mean that later on within the day you won't re-up.
Your battery won't recharge.
That was the re-up.
See, you done got into the dispensary. Now you're talking about some re-up. People don't know us like that, babe. The family don't know us like that, and they don't need to know that part of our life.
You can't recharge. I mean, it's not that you can't recharge and your number can go up, but right at that time, at that moment, it may not, and that whole day it may not. It just depends on what's going on. But what I loved about when she said that was, wow, that was like, we've never done, because we ask stuff like, how you doing? How you feeling?
Right.
You okay? How was your day? We go through that. But when we changed and was like, where are you right now? And I'm saying I'm 30 and he 50. We knew right there that things that was on our list was not going to get, everything on that list was not going to get done today.
So now we go to Dave Ramsey. Some things are below the line.
Some things are below the line. And we knew at that point right now, if we were honest, we taking a nap.
Yeah.
We gonna lay down. What could have been important ain't important now, because neither one of us had that. It's just that he had a little bit more than me, and so he was like, okay, go lay down, and we'll reassess. We'll revisit this later. The things that we thought we were going to do, the things that we thought we were going to say. And I think that was it blew my mind. Even when Michelle, the first lady, was talking about the fact that sometimes, she was just saying, Barack, she'd be like, no, we not 50-50, we not 100, we not nothing right now. I don't got nothing.
Right.
I don't have anything to give, right? But when people look at marriage, they're like, it's 50-50, it's 100. But sometimes when you don't have it, what do you do? And a lot of times we don't have it, what do you do is you normally get into arguments.
Yeah.
Right? You seriously do, because no one's communicating what's going on.
And you're taking everything personal.
Super personal.
Also, it was crazy, the fact we're having this conversation, because I saw that clip even before you had brought it to my attention.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it before you had brought it to my attention. Because
Okay.
you had brought it to my attention before we had the conversation, but I didn't know we were going to talk about it today. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I had saw it. And the one thing, as we're sitting here talking about it, that I realized now that I didn't realize when I first heard it, or even heard it when you showed it to me the second time, is that also this is not going to work for everybody. And I'll tell you why.
Okay, talk to me.
Because to be able to do this, to be able to sit down and say, okay, babe, what is your percentage? Where are you? What do you have to offer? And then to be willing to put in the extra, or realize some things are below the line is not going to get done. You can't be selfish. So if you are a selfish person in the relationship, this is not going to sit well with you. Because doing this method, you can't be selfish.
No.
Because at this point, you're not doing what's best for you. You're not necessarily even doing what's best for your spouse. You're doing best for the whole.
Yeah.
What is best for the relationship
for the
at this moment in time? What is best for the marriage at this point in time?
Yeah.
And here's the kicker. Here's the dirty little secret about marriage that's the people don't like talking about. Sometimes what's best for the marriage as a whole is not what's best for you individually at that time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because what may be best for you individually at that time is to verbally regurgitate everything you have on your spouse, because it makes you feel better.
Right.
Because it makes you feel connected.
And they want to makes you feel like they were a part of your day. Now they know what I've been through.
Right. Or somebody did somebody offended you or wronged you in some way, and you just have to tell because your spouse is your best friend.
Absolutely.
And you just want them to know.
Yeah.
But right then, what's best for you is not what's best for the whole, because right then your spouse doesn't have it in them to be able to really take that in and process it and move on from it.
Especially if you're a person who likes reactions, like an answer, like a respond, likes an acknowledgement or something.
You want the person engaged.
To engage, and then the person tries, but they're not engaged the way you think they should engage, then you're upset. And the reason why they're not, it's not that they don't want to, they just don't have the capacity at that moment.
And now it's an argument.
And now there's an argument.
And now the relationship as a whole is taking a hit because now someone got their feelings hurt.
Yeah.
And someone feels some kind of way, and now they want to retaliate, or they want to attack now, because now they're in defense mode. Where I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Carrie. I want to say something.
No, I was just gonna say all that could have been avoided if two things happened. A, I came out of my selfish nature, and B, I had the conversation to see where are you at this point in time.
I was thinking how different would my relationship with my parents or relationship with other people would be different if they expressed that. Like for us to tell our kids, because I think as parents, that's a good thing to do as well to our children. Hey, mommy is at 30% right now. She need baby. I know what you need, but mommy need a moment. I can only give you basic necessities right now. Yeah, like you want water? I can give you water. I can give you food. I can give you shelter. Right. That's all I can give you right now. But right now, what you're asking me to give you, but I promise you, let me get myself together, and I'll come back to you, because mostly when I'm just speaking for me, when my parents felt overwhelmed or all those a negative 30 or 30, it was like, go in your room and sit down. Yeah. Get out of my face. Not right now. Because I said so. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's those old school tactics. That's old school tactics. But what they were really saying is, I don't have anything in my tank. And I don't think that they thought that we could handle that, or we could hear that, or we would or maybe they just didn't want to say it that way. They said the way they wanted to say it. But I just think that telling But for me, my parents saying something like that to me would have been really, really awesome.
I think
to have that
in a lot of relationships, if that particular conversation was being had, it would work wonders. Whether it's to be honest, whether it's a professional relationship, do you know how many bosses would appreciate if you just genuinely came to them and said, okay, Johnny, right now, I understand this is what's going on, but let me explain to you where I really am. I'm gonna give my best effort, but right now my best effort is only about 55%. That's all I can give you right now.
Are people in fear of telling people that they're burnt out though? When it comes to, because now we're coming off of marriage just for one moment, since you brought that up, do you think that people don't want to tell their bosses or their employers or whomever that they're burnt out in fear of losing the job, or them thinking they're not taking it seriously? Like, what are your thoughts on that though?
I think it's come from a lot of different places, societal.
Okay. And
a lot of things that we were taught. And when I say societal, I'm speaking from a modern Western way of society. Because I know in different places in the world, things are done differently, but I'm talking about a Western society. Because we're taught, especially from a male point of view, we're taught not to show weakness. So, and I think telling somebody that you're burnt out in a lot of people's mindset is a sign of weakness.
Gotcha.
And they don't want anyone to think them being weak. So they don't have the conversation. So they don't have I honestly can't right now.
Yeah.
I don't have it
right now
because you may think of me different. You may think I'm weak, but also I think that goes into there's a lot of people who are people pleasers and they don't want to disappoint people.
Okay.
So they don't have the conversation. So they don't tell people the truth that they only have 15% right now
to give. Yeah.
Because they don't want to hurt the other person's feelings, or they don't want to let the other person down.
Right.
And so they don't have the conversation. So I think it's a lot of different things, but also we were taught wrong. We were taught that the only way to be successful
is to work till you die.
Is that to work until you die.
Yeah. Work.
To forsake everything
and just work.
Forsake your family, forsake your friends, forsake sleep, forsake health, forsake everything. And you just grind and grind and grind until you die.
Right.
And then when you die with everything, guess what? You win.
You was a winner.
You will win, but you die alone because you don't have a meaningful relationship. You don't have a meaningful connection. And it's the people that you forsaked. Those are the ones spending your money. So you won. You die with the most toys.
Not the most toys.
You won.
I just thought about that. Even for me to say, for a long time, that I wouldn't say I said the word burnt out, but I said I'm tapping out. I'm tired. I'm exhausted, and to be emotionally, physically, spiritually drained is huge.
Right.
But we don't tell people that, right? We don't tell people that we're emotionally, physically, spiritually like tapped out. Like I don't have anything to give right now, because for some reason we believe that we should be giving. No matter what the situation is, we should be giving. And when you don't, you're selfish.
I'm about to say, and also
to even think about yourself.
Yeah.
Like you said, the conversation to come to you and say, baby, listen, I love you, but I'm at 30% today, so the house is yours. What's your number? And you say 80, the house yours today. Right. And then walk away not feeling selfish. Not feeling selfish about it, right. Not feeling selfish to go take a nap. Like all heck is breaking loose and I done left you with the kids and everybody else and all the issues to go take a nap seems super selfish, right?
Because once again, we were taught wrong. No is a complete sentence.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
No is a complete sentence. But we were not taught that.
Yeah.
We were taught you not to say no. We were taught
say maybe, let me think about it.
No is a bad word. Instead of saying no, I don't have it to give. Instead of just saying no, but we want to quantify. We want to qualify our no. Well, no, but it's because, and well, no. And so we don't want to do that.
We don't want to do it.
But then also, I want to touch back on marriages real quick. From the husband point of view, sometimes we don't want to have that conversation of we don't have enough to give.
Okay.
Because if we're honest, our wife does not allow it to have. because that messes with her security.
Expound. Come on, you have to give me something better. Not better, but a much longer.
I got you. Because there's two things that people don't really like talking about. More people are talking about it now. But a man needs respect. A woman needs security.
Absolutely.
I
believe that.
If you want your marriage to go well and be long lasting and effective, understand those two concepts.
Yeah.
A man wants to be respected. A woman wants to feel secure. And now the whole thing about security in this modern day way of thinking, everybody wants to tie that to money.
But it's
not all about money. It's not all about money.
It's not.
A woman can feel secure in a relationship with a man making $30,000 a year.
Come on now.
It depends on the man. And a woman can feel unsecure in a relationship with a man making six figures a year.
Because it depends on the man.
Because it depends on the man. It depends on a relationship. So what happens is that from physically, emotionally, spiritually, a woman wants to feel secure. And what happens is that the moment that insecurity is shaken is where the problem starts to set in. So from a male point of view, is because part of your security is my strength. Knowing that I'm strong enough to handle whatever whatever comes the way. Because in a lot of relationships, the man can't take his cape off. He can't. Because the moment he takes it off, now her security is shaken. And depending on the woman, a lot of the times when her security is shaken, they don't handle it well. Just like, and it's just not a female thing. A lot of the time when a man feels disrespected, a lot of men don't handle that well. The moment that disrespect starts to sink in. So what happens is that,
especially, let me just cut you.
No, you go ahead.
Especially from someone, especially if it's a spouse who that means something to them, that their spouse respect them and honor them and believe in them. And then when they feel disrespected and dishonored, it changes the dynamic at that point.
Because here's the thing. Here's another dirty little secret. And right now I'm talking in general, of course. But you can, and when I say this, I know it sounds bad. I know that going into it, but hear what I'm saying. You can hurt a woman multiple times. You only got one chance to hurt a man. Because he'll stay, but he's gone. He's shut down. He will do all the responsibilities he can. He will still take care of you. He will still provide for you. He will still be there for you. He will still be a father to his kids. He will still love his kids. But he will never give you another opportunity to be vulnerable. And he will never give you another opportunity to hurt him.
Because the disrespect is cut to the core.
Because the disrespect cuts to the core.
It cuts to the core.
Because it cuts to the core.
Yeah.
And because as the person, you are the person that I did something you I've never done. I gave you my last name. I've devoted my life to you. I've devoted everything to you. I make sure that everything is taken care of.
Yeah. But I think the biggest part of that is I laid down my vulnerability for you. Because though I'm not saying those things are not good things that you just said, but I laid down my vulnerability to you. I pulled down all the walls and I laid it bare for you.
And you used it against me. And I think sometimes that's why it's hard for, once again, talking in general terms, why it's hard for certain men to have that conversation, to come to their spouse and say, well, baby, right now, I only can give you 50% right now. I only can give you 45% right now. Because
without them looking like what?
Yeah.
It's like what?
without them looking like, without them, even though they may not say it, looking at you less than. Because how dare you mess with my security because you're having a bad day.
Yeah.
And so, and that's where, and like I said, that's where it comes to this idea is not for everybody.
Yeah.
Because to do this and to do it effectively and to do it well, you have to set your selfishness to the side.
You have to absolutely do it. And I think too, it's so funny that you said that, because most people will be like, women be like, let me say, we're just saying in general terms, but we talk to a lot of men. Yeah. A lot of men, y'all, who
and off the microphone,
who feels this way. So like a lot of times when Sanchez is talking about this, I just sit back and listen, because I'm learning too, because we've spoken to so many men that feels what he's saying, and it's like, whoa, I never thought about that. You know, we had one, like, for a long time, it was like, for me, it was like I always wanted to give Sanchez a place where he could just lay his head. right? Because he used to always say to me all the time, if I would like you all right, baby? He'd be like, yeah. And I lay on him. He'd be like, nah, sis, because that ain't for me. That's for you right now. No. So then I had to change it, be like, come lay on me. You know what I'm saying? I had never considered it till you would say that to me. Like, baby, if I don't feel good, right? Okay.
Oh, baby, you sick?
Why you sick?
You don't feel good? Oh, baby, lay down. Let me lay on your chest. How does that help me, though? How does your heavy head land on my chest?
Right.
I already got asthma. So how does your heavy head land on my chest help me?
And so I had to change and be like, okay, come lay on me. The weird part about that, when you do or when you did or when you do, it feels weird. It feels out of sorts for me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for me, it feels out of sorts for you to lay your head on me, because I'm always laying my head on you. Like you said, because you make me feel secure. You make me feel safe. You make me feel all those things, not knowing until you told me that the same thing is for you if you lay your head on me. Right. You know, but it's like, why are you laying on me though? You know, like that's how I used to think about, like,
right.
I want to lay on you. Like, I know you sick, but it's like, but not thinking about it. So for men, most men, it's like a safe place to lay my head.
Yeah.
Basically saying a safe place to lay all of my burdens down, and I'm bare, knowing that it will not come back to me.
And I was about to say that. Do you know the freedom in a relationship where you can honestly sit down and have a conversation and say that on this day, at this moment right now, I only have this percentage to give you.
Yeah. And
to know that you will not be judged. You will not be ridiculed. It will not take offense. And that person will earnestly do their part and help you with whatever percentage you have.
Absolutely.
And never have to worry about it being thrown back in your face. Because what happens also, and once again, this is why I say this idea is not for everybody.
Yeah.
Because also, to be able to do this, you can't be a score taker.
Can't take score.
You can't. It can't be. It can't be.
You was at 50 yesterday.
Yeah,
so you're at 50 again today?
Oh, so you said, so you only got 30%? Well, Saturday you only had 20. So I ain't gonna never get my turn. So when can I get to 20? So you can't be a score taker. And also you got to realize sometimes it's going to be a situation where you both only have 20.
Right. And you know what you're going to do at that point? Lay down somewhere.
And that's why we say, and at that point, the kids get the bare necessities.
Yeah, I swear they do.
They get fed, they get bathed, and they go sit down somewhere.
The house get bare necessities. It's either in the dishwasher or the sink, because right now we ain't got to wash. We just not going to clean up.
It's going to be okay for another day.
And you know that can't be almost hyperventilated.
Yeah, no, the fact that you
that.
actually said that on the national airways.
I'm not gonna clean up, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I might pass out.
Yeah, but going back to just thinking about it, for me it's a beautiful concept because once again, and anyone who's listened to the Crenshaws for any point in time know that the foundation of what we do is based on those hard conversations.
Yeah.
And to be able to open up this avenue with your spouse.
Yeah.
To be able to take your conversation to another level of deepness and vulnerability and being authentic with each other, of knowing that I can trust my spouse to say that I only have this to give. And once again, it will not be used against me. They will not think of me any less. It will not be weaponized against me, but we will come together and we will figure out, okay, so we know 100% needs to happen. So how can we navigate it? How can we maneuver through it?
Yeah.
And then most importantly, if collectively we're not able to get to the 100%, how do we both be okay with it?
Yeah. Whatever's below the line.
Whatever's below the line, and how are we okay with it? And then we recharge, and then we try it again the next day.
Yeah. And here's another thing, kind of like what you were saying too a few minutes ago. But when we came to each other and did like, what's your number? One thing I realized that we didn't ask why. We didn't ask why and what happened.
Right.
I was like, well, baby, why are you only at 50? What happened? Who did what? Whatever. Listen, that was difficult, but we knew going in, like, this is the number. So that was his number. So it didn't matter what the why, the who, the what, the when, the where. At that 50% is all he had.
50% is what I have.
30, I think I had 30. Yeah, I had 30%. He didn't ask me, well, baby, who did something? Who did what, why 30? What? It was like, okay, then that's where we at. And that was the hard part because your nature wants to go, well, what happened?
Yeah.
Who did it? Where they at? Why you only got 30? But we had to back up and go like,
Respect that I only have it.
Respect, that's all I have.
But then also with that, I want to say as well, don't be a jerk. And what I mean by that is like everything.
Don't misuse stuff.
Thank you.
Don't misuse
everything good can be misused.
Yes.
This is not a situation where it's to manipulate your spouse or manipulate the situation or for you just to be lazy because you just don't want to do anything or you don't want to contribute to the relationship. And when I say lazy, I'm not even talking about in just an all physical standpoint, because here's the thing. You can be physically active, but emotionally lazy.
Lazy. Yep.
You can be mentally lazy.
Not even there, but just doing the act.
just doing the bare necessities.
Yeah.
So don't be a jerk. Don't use this. Don't weaponize this to be like, okay, well, you know what? Every day I'm gonna tell her I only got 20% so she can leave me alone. Or every day I'm gonna tell him I only got 10% so he can do more around the house. No, it's not that.
It's real gut rock.
It's
honest.
It's because at the end of the day, you truly want what's best for your spouse and your marriage and your relationship.
Absolutely.
And you are not being selfish in that. Of course, within a relationship, both people needs need to be met. And I'm not saying sacrifice everything. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that sometimes the need of the few, actually, I don't want to misquote Spock. Sometimes the need of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Not Spock.
Yeah, it's one of his most favorite quotes. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Is that because you got the Spock socks for your grandkids?
I did
for your Father's Day.
No, that's part of it, but also it's because with that you understand that sometimes hard decisions and sacrifices have to be made.
Yeah.
And within a marriage, sometimes you have to make hard sacrifices and say, I know that I want to spend time with you. I know that I want to talk your ear off. I know that I just want to be under you. But right now, that's not best for the marriage because you don't have it to give.
Yeah.
So right now, I just need to step back.
Yeah.
Give you your moment. Give you your space. Take on a little extra responsibility around the house or with the kids. Give you time to recharge. And then once you recharge, that's going to be best for the marriage because now you want to engage.
I would say plus it's best for you because now it's genuine.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't want fluff. I don't want fluffy. I want genuine.
Because you force me to be in situations sometimes. You force me to go to
grocery stores,
or functions.
You had to stop that
I did not want to be at, and I told you from the beginning.
Yeah,
I don't want to do. I will do this, but understand nothing in me wants to do this.
Yep.
And we were miserable.
No, you was miserable,
and I made sure you were miserable too. I would misery love company.
That is why. I don't know what episode it was when we talked about different types of dates and things like that. And we talked about the tap out dates.
You know, I still got mine. I still got all of mine.
Guys, he
still got all of mine. I still got all of mine.
Has all 6 of his.
I still got all of them.
And we've been to about 4. We've been to about 4 or 5.
I'm waiting.
We went to about 4 or 5 functions and he did not use his tap out. Explain to them what it is for the family before we go so they'll know what that means. Because I know like what tap what?
Okay. So what happens is, like a lot of couples, my wife and I are polar opposites. I am very introverted. My wife is very extroverted. So my wife, we always say my wife is a social butterfly. She doesn't meet strangers. No one is a stranger to her. She meets somebody in the supermarket, and for some reason, that person will tell her their entire life story.
They will
from the time they were conceived. Until the time they met her right there, the entire life story.
They really will. I don't know how that happened.
And so, she's the type of person, she loves going out. She loves being around people. She loves going to functions, things of that nature. That's not me.
Right.
I want very limited interaction. I only want to be around the people I want to be around. And that's a very select few people.
It really is, y'all.
That I want to be around and that I can let loose and be myself. Any other situation, I'll go, but I'm in the back of the room. I'm quiet.
Yeah,
I'm there.
super quiet.
Unless you look for me, you don't even know I'm there. So what happens is, to be fair to both of us, because it's not fair for her to sit in the house all the time, and it's not fair for me to have to go places all the time.
So starting in 2023.
So starting in 2023, my wife is brilliant. She developed the tap out dates. I get 6 a year.
I didn't develop it though. I didn't develop.
Who did it come from again?
It came from, remember we was doing the different type of dates, and I found it on a couple on TikTok.
Yeah. And you're doing your research.
Yes, in my research.
So I get 6 a year.
Yes.
Where at any time my wife says, "Okay, babe, we're going to this event." I can say I want to use my tap out date.
Yes, you can.
And this is one that I'm going to sit out.
Yep.
She doesn't get mad.
Nope.
There are no hard feelings.
Nope.
She goes and have fun.
Yep.
There's no guilt on my side.
Nope.
There's no anger on her
If
side.
it's food, bring some food back.
Bring me some food back. She go enjoy herself. I stay at home and enjoy myself.
Yep.
And we're good.
Yeah.
And that's what we call it. And that way it's a mutual understanding that I just don't want to do this one.
Yeah.
We're okay. It's nothing personal to you. This is not what I want to do.
And guys, we're in the middle of the year. This man still has his
6
tap out dates. Not only that, we've been to about 4, I think a good 4.
Yeah.
4 functions.
4 functions.
He actually went, he engaged, he had fun. I am so proud. And I did not realize that you still have all 6.
I realized it. You know why?
You holding on tight?
You know why?
Bye, baby.
Because we're getting into the summer season, and we're getting into later around the holidays, where everybody has a function.
Oh, you did your strategy?
Everybody has a function.
That's your strategy, baby.
Everybody has a cookout or a barbecue. Everybody has a birthday or anniversary.
Okay, so you holding out, tap out.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me high five you, bro. That's a strategy, boy. That's a strategy.
You don't use them all at one time.
Don't do that.
I still got 6.
You got 6. It's like your vacation days that you always have.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Guys, his vacation. We ain't even gonna talk about it, y'all. We're not even gonna talk about it.
That's not a good thing.
No. Not a good thing. It's not a good thing on the vacation part. So we're not gonna talk about it. That was good. What do you think?
I enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed it, family.
I hope you guys enjoyed it because it was very interesting to us. If you want to hear the rest of what she had to say, it's on TikTok, Brene Brown, in marriage, and then you'll find it or whatever the case.
Yeah.
But I thought it was super interesting, and it really did help us. I really believe that it really did. Did you feel like it helped us though? Seriously,
It did. Like I said, because what it did was, once again, it opened up more avenues for those hard conversations.
Yeah.
The only way actually, I'm gonna go ahead and this is gonna be my final thought.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do this as my final thought.
Baby. Do your final thought.
Yes, I enjoyed it. Yes, I'm glad we introduced it. Yes, we need to do it more often because once again, I feel it opens up a new avenue to deeper connection, deeper conversations, a better understanding of you, a better understanding of me. And also for me personally, I know it helps me to know how to engage you that day.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I'm not guessing.
Yeah.
I'm not guessing if you're okay. I'm not guessing if something's wrong. I'm not guessing, well, did I do something? Did I offend her? Is it me? Am I the problem?
Right.
It takes all the guesswork out of it.
It does take all the guesswork
because now I know for sure, okay, you only have 45% to give for this day. And you only have 43.2% to give for this day.
And it's not personal. It has nothing to do with me.
And the beautiful thing, the beautiful thing, I don't have to necessarily fix it.
Right.
I don't have to fix it.
Nothing to fix.
Yeah. You only have 45%. I don't have to fix that.
Nope.
I don't have to get you that other 55%.
It's not your job.
The other 40, 45, 55, 55%.
55, baby.
45, 55. It's 100.
55.
Yep, 45, 55. Basic math.
There it is.
I don't have to.
There's nothing to fix. All it is to say, okay, I'm here for you if you need me, and keep it pumping. Yep, that's it.
So that's my
final thoughts.
I don't believe you.
Baby, I don't have any.
I'm going to start doing the exit and you're going to say something.
Good, I'm not.
You shall?
Watch me.
If you start talking, I'm going to turn your mic off.
Okay, go ahead, go for it.
All right. Family. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you take something from it. And there go her microphone. Hopefully you take something from it. Family, we love you. We just thank you for listening.
So much.
However you're listening, whether it's on iTunes, whether it's Podbean, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Amazon Music, whether it's Google Podcasts, whether it's iHeartRadio, or on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com. Once again, we just always thank you. We consider ourselves an interactive podcast.
Yes,
we can be found on the socials. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube.
Yes.
We're on YouTube.
Sometimes.
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 YouTube.
Sometimes, people. Sometimes.
And family, of course, you can email us at any time at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
Yes.
Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. And as always, family, welcome to the journey.
We love you guys. Bye.